Have you ever wondered how a nation can influence another without resorting to war? The answer is sanctions, a powerful diplomatic tool. These measures aren't a new invention. In fact, they can be traced back to ancient Greece, where cities such as Athens used economic measures to exert influence over others. Fast forward to the 20th century, during the Cold War, sanctions evolved into a crucial instrument of foreign policy. The United Nations, established after World War II, played a significant role in implementing and enforcing these sanctions, adding a layer of international legitimacy. Sanctions have been shaping the global political landscape for centuries, but how effective are they in the modern era? Let's delve deeper. From affecting economies to altering political strategies, sanctions have a profound impact on international relations. Let's delve into how they influence global dynamics. Economically, sanctions can squeeze a nation's financial arteries, putting pressure on key sectors like energy and banking. They can lead to inflation, devaluation of currency, and a weakened economy, just as we've seen in Russia under the weight of numerous sanctions. Moreover, sanctions can encourage policy changes by making it costly for a country to continue with its current actions. For instance, the recent US sanctions against Russia aim to curb its aggressive stance in Ukraine. Yet, the effectiveness of these sanctions as a deterrent is still a subject of debate. Beyond economics and politics, sanctions can also bring about shifts in global alliances. Countries under sanctions often look for new partners, realigning themselves geopolitically. As a consequence, these countries may drift towards nations that are willing to challenge the sanctions, creating new dynamics on the international stage. However, let's not overlook that sanctions can have unintended ripple effects. They may inadvertently harm the general populace of the sanctioned country more than its leaders, leading to humanitarian crises. Furthermore, sanctions can provoke a backlash, strengthening nationalistic sentiments and further entrenching the behaviors they aim to change. Sanctions can be a double-edged sword, causing unintended consequences that can be as significant as the intended ones. The world has seen an upsurge in the use of sanctions recently, with the United States leading the charge. One of the most notable targets of this strategy has been Russia, which has been hit with a wave of sanctions in response to its activities in Ukraine and beyond. The scope of these sanctions is broad, with the United States targeting various entities and individuals. This includes those involved in weapon procurement for Russia, with 4 entities and 9 individuals in China, Russia, Hong Kong, and Pakistan feeling the sting of these economic measures. But the reach of these sanctions goes beyond the military-industrial complex. They also target those with connections to Russia's energy sector. This is a crucial source of revenue for the Kremlin, and these sanctions are designed to hit where it hurts. Among the targets are companies working to develop a large natural gas processing facility in northwestern Russia, a project that would be operated by state-controlled energy giant Gazprom. These sanctions are not just symbolic. They have had a real and tangible impact on Russia's economy. The Russian ruble has taken a hit, and the country's access to international markets has been restricted. The sanctions have also strained Russia's relationships with other countries, adding a layer of complexity to international relations in the already turbulent 21st century. But it's not just about the immediate economic impact. These sanctions are also designed to send a clear message to the international community. Actions have consequences. These new sanctions highlight the continued significance of this diplomatic tool in the 21st century. They serve as a reminder of the interconnectedness of our world, where a decision in one nation can send ripples across the globe. While sanctions are a powerful tool, their effectiveness and impact are hotly debated. The aftermath of these recent sanctions paints a picture of strained economies and recalibrated political strategies. On one hand, the targeted countries, like Russia, are feeling the pinch. Their once thriving sectors, such as the energy industry, are now stifled under the weight of these sanctions. The Russian oligarchs, who were once untouchable, are now facing international scrutiny and economic backlash. However, on the other hand, these sanctions are not without their critics. Some argue that sanctions rarely yield the desired political change. Instead, they may unintentionally harm innocent civilians by causing economic hardship. Others suggest that sanctions can sometimes bolster the regimes they aim to weaken, as leaders use them to stir up nationalistic fervor. The effectiveness of sanctions is often a matter of perspective. For some, they are a necessary means of expressing international disapproval. and enforcing global norms without resorting to military action. For others, they are a blunt instrument that often misses its mark. The debate around the effectiveness of sanctions is complex and multifaceted, with valid arguments on both sides. But one thing is clear: sanctions have significant impacts, both intended and unintended, on the global stage. As we continue to navigate the complex world of international relations, sanctions remain a critical, albeit controversial, tool in our diplomatic arsenal.